Hey guys, welcome to Isbister Partners' first video update for the year. Hope you guys have had some holidays. If you're like me, you're probably not ready to get right back into it, so I thought I'd dress still in a bit of a holiday mode, mainly for me. Over the holidays, I got asked a number of questions, as you do when you're a financial advisor and you're at social functions. A few of those questions seem to relate to yield. A lot of people aren't sure what yield is, how you measure it, what it means, and what it can tell you. So straight into it. So yield, what is it? Well, yield is the income you derive off an investment. So if your investment is 500K and you're getting $50,000 income, that's a 10% yield. That would be awesome at the moment, but that's just simply as an example. So what does a yield tell you? Well, I guess if you're getting a high yield, that tells you that the investment that you're in is potentially higher risk than if you were getting a lower yield, because investment is all about risk and return. And in the property investment market, so you might be investing in property. How do you know whether you've got a high yield or a low yield? Well, I mean, anything over about 5% in the property market at the moment is a very exceptional yield. And that would suggest that you're potentially investing in a higher risk location. And when I say higher risk location, I mean there might only be one or two industries in that location. There may be negative population growth in that location. There could be transportation issues into that location. There could be a number of things. But if you're getting a high yield, or you're calculating that you're getting a high yield, obviously the market is telling you that that area is higher risk than other areas. So you need to find out more about that location. The other thing that happens when property investors measure yield, often they measure their yield based on their purchase price, which can be accurate at the time of purchase, which is great. But as we know, property values and incomes change over time. So what I often find with property investors is they might have purchased their property 5 years ago or 5 months ago, and they'll be measuring their yield against their purchase price. So that's incorrect. Okay, when you're looking at your yield, you want to take a snapshot of your yield so you can compare it to other alternative investments and find out whether or not yours is stacking up or meeting your needs, or are there better alternatives out there. So the best way to measure your yield is against your current market value for your asset. And if your property value has increased, you need to incorporate that in the yield calculation, and then compare it to other investments out there and what they're yielding, and then go, okay, my property investment still stacks up as with its yield, it's a good option, or my money will be better off elsewhere when I take into consideration some of these other factors. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you found that informative, and look, if there's anyone out there with some commentary around that, or questions or thoughts, please leave them in the comments. Thanks guys, and hope you guys have a great year.